G'day, mate. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Hang on a second here. Let me get done wiping this rim down. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody's day going? How's everybody doing? Oh, I appreciate it, Jim. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So, I'm just doing a touch up here on the polish, on the wheels and the tanks. Because, you can't, roll around looking like crap. You know what I'm saying? But, as you can see, I'm bobtail. I don't have a trailer yet. Yeah. Well, not 100% yet. Truck will be paid for. The truck's a lease, but it'll be paid for next year, I think it is. So on this lease purchase that I'm doing, it'll be paid for. But the boss man lets me do whatever I want with the truck. I mean, he doesn't, require me to do anything that he wouldn't do himself and all of that. So we're doing just a little touch up on the truck and all of that. So I think I'm gonna break out my white diamond. I'm going through my good polish really fast right now. So, actually, Jim, let me show you something. Let me finish wiping this tank off, and I'll show you guys. All right. Show you guys what I went and done. So Oh, y'all want to see? Here. There. So I went and bought this not too long ago. This is my trailer, fully paid for. The only great thing about it right now, I'm still working on it. This fifth wheel plate here has got to be replaced because the upper grid section underneath the fifth wheel plate is rotted out. So if you look right here, you see it. Oh, steady myself. You see that bow in it right there where it's bent? The fifth wheel plate's starting to sink. So with that, I mean, I'm not terribly too far into it for what I paid for the trailer and everything. It is a 48-foot 2003 model trailer, and I mean, I only gave $8,000 for it. So for what I gave for it, I mean, it's not a terrible price for that trailer. So, but I don't have a tripod or anything, so I'm having to prop you guys up and walk around and all of that. Well, I mean, the first full week I ran with it, it grossed $8,100 without even trying, really. I mean, you know, and with the company I'm with on the lease purchase, I get 80% of the load. You know, so I get 80% of the load gross to the truck. Come on, prop up there. So 80% of the load gross, and I get 100% fuel surcharge, 100% of the start pay, 100% of the TARP pay, all of that. So, you know, on this lease purchase that I'm doing versus a lot of the other ones that I've seen, okay, this is the best one by far, okay? Jim, and for the ones that are still watching, okay, that's my truck. I mean, it ain't new, but I mean, the grill I've done myself. I put the headlights on it. The visor came on the truck, but I put new lights in the visor. I did all of these, all of those. The panels came on the truck, and then inside the breather right here, I put some lights. I put those on. I put those on, but you see I had a little bit of a mishap with them on both sides. So, you know, I'm gonna raise my fifth wheel up a little bit. I did have a full set on here, but I did the mud flap hangers. The center panel was there when I got the truck, and I put that headache rack on. And I've had this truck I think, hang on here, October of this year, come on, sit. Okay, October of this year will make 3 years that I've had this truck. So, you know, I'm doing pretty good, you know. I mean, I get 73% pulling the company's trailer right now. I can't argue with that. But when I get back under my trailer, I'll get 80. So, you know, what can I say, you know? I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, and you know, my favorite is older trucks anyways. Plus, I mean, you gotta love the color, man. It's a gorgeous truck. Well, yeah, if I wanted to start my own 401k, yes, you're right, Jim. But I got other plans. You know how I said earlier when I started this YouTube channel, I said I wanted to, oh sweet, this thing will mount to stick to my fingers. All right, cool. Anyways, so I said a while back that I wanted to start my own trucking company. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start my own trucking company. I'm gonna buy a couple trucks, lease them on here till this one's paid for, and then you know, buy some old trucks that I can fix up and make into good solid work trucks, and we're gonna go from there with it. You know, so I mean, I can still post all of the old videos like I used to, you know. Like my load securement, all of that. So, you know, if that's what you guys want to see on here, I can do that. But I woke up the other day, well, a week or so ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to start my YouTube channel back up. So, that's what we're doing. And, I appreciate it, Charlie. I really do. Well, it was so hot earlier, I couldn't. I tried polishing earlier, and it was just so hot, the polish was drying faster than I could get it applied. So I was like, yeah, we'll wait till later when it cools off to, you know, get after it. And Charlie, this is literally hand polishing it every single time I wash it. You know, I had them acid wash it a couple times at the Blue Beacon. And, you know, put some elbow grease into it, and this is what comes out. Nah, I'm not out in the West. Well, I mean, to some of y'all I am. I mean, yeah, to some of y'all I am. So, I mean, look at that. And that was, and this is still needs to be sanded. I mean, like, these tanks, whatever was on them, here, rotate the camera here, whatever the previous owner did with this particular tank on that truck, you know, had all this on there. I had to replace this tank, but, you know, that's just acid washing it and cutting it with a buffer, and not even using an actual cutting compound. Just used the yellow Zephyr wheel on it and the black bar, and cut it, and it still needs to be sanded because you can see it right here, and that's stuff I can't get out. But I mean, from where the truck was, I mean, I hadn't polished it since I had it, and I mean, it's, you know, I mean, when you can see my reflection in it, I mean, it obviously means I'm doing something right. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's stick there. All right. Well, Jim, keep in contact with me, man. Just stay in contact with me, dude. I'm gonna be moving down to Texas, man, here soon, and I'm opening up a company down there in the south side of Texas, down by the Gulf Coast. That's where I'm gonna open my company at. And we're gonna be deadheading out of there to like the port, and then I'll send a couple trucks up to like Mahia, Texas, because I got a line on some freight. Got to keep you know, a fleet of trucks moving in just the state of Texas between New Mexico and Arizona. So give me just a second. I just seen something here. I'm gonna be polishing the front side of this tank here. Let's see here. So, Jim, what you'll be doing is running a step deck, and I mean, it's literally easy stuff to do. Like, I'm not BSing you. Strap and go, strap and go. And Charlie, if he's still in here, he knows what I'm talking about. Because he's seen me moving. He's seen me hauling. Charlie, you still in here? Tell Jim about them trailers if you still in here. Them trailer loads that I've been moving. But yeah, we just polishing the truck and figured I'd jump on here and, you know, see how everybody's doing. Yeah. Exactly it, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, didn't you tell me that you wouldn't mind getting on that? So, all right. What do you mean, had your own truck? You mean being an owner-operator? Well, we might talk about it one day. If nothing else, I finance a truck for you. You know, and all that. It won't be the truck you start out in, because I'd like to keep the trucks around that I start with. Just kind of like keepsake, so to speak, to remind me where I started from and where I got to. All right. Charlie, does that tank look any better? I need to get the mirror so it's not so hazy, and I got to get them sanded so I can get this mess off. Dropping my polish bottles falling over. All right, let's go to the other side. Do that other tank before it gets dark, and then I can hit the steers on this side. Now I'll do the drives in the morning while it's cool outside. Conestoga is where it's at. I don't know, man. Step deck life is where it's at. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Step deck life is where it's at. Hey, Charlie, do me a favor. Share this live out, man. So down, it should give you the option on here to share it, because it gives me the option to do it, so it should give you the option to do it. Apparently I broke a zip tie or something. The wiring for the lights is hanging. Hurry up, lights. You're losing light here. All right. All right, Jim. You be safe, brother. Hey, Jim. Hit me up. If you still got my old 580 number, send me a text. Because I can't remember if you got it or not. Let it sit for a few more minutes and then we're going to wipe it off. That's that don't look right. Hang on, be right back. Alright, we're back. Alright. I'm going to share this live out, alright? Okay, I don't know what the heck's going on here. Alright, we back. Alright, so let's see the comments here. Why ain't the comments coming up? Crap. There we go. Dude, I've been on YouTube. Dude, I have been on YouTube forever. I told you that when we met on TikTok, I had a YouTube. Alright, shoot me a comment on the next, on one of my videos, Jim. And we'll go from there. I know there's a way that you can send messages here on YouTube, I believe. Used to be, but I can't remember how to do it. Be at there, Charlie? Where are you trying to be at? Is my next question. Okay, alright, man. I can figure something out. I'll figure something out on that. Hey, you know I will, Charlie. What's up, Andy? My guy. Oh man. Whew. I need to get me one of them roll around stools. Man, this been over like that. Get a little difficult on the old back. But we got it looking good. It's coming out. This one's going to be the one that's going to have to be really sanded because it doesn't shine like that other one does. But I think I'm going to do this steer rim and I'm going to do my drives in the morning. I appreciate that, Andy. But well, the drives don't look that bad. I haven't hand polished them in a few weeks. But, you know, these look better over here because I got a coat of polish on them over the weekend. They were looking a little pitiful. And I got to do something about them fenders. So, I don't know, guys. Give me some ideas here, like, fenders wise. Like, what do y'all think I should put on here? Those are aluminum. Alright. That's aluminum. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Jimmy rebuilt it. He rebuilt the cylinders on it, repainted it, put a new pump on it.
I get that. It's not going to get a busted truck.
As far as I know, it's fine. All because the Pete was used for it the last time. Well, Jimmy and Tom might be going after another truck. You never know. I'm going to pick up a preload down there in Lindsay tomorrow and then heading out to Blackfoot, Idaho. 5100. It works out, it's just over $3 a mile. I think it was like $3.30 a mile when I did the math on it. But if you figure...
that's contract rate.
Well, if you figure it's 1,050 miles out there, right, for $5,100. Yeah, but that'll put me up over $7,000 for the week in revenue.
Get you something coming back. Hey, you'll be out there when? Monday?
Yeah. up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, what I usually do when I'm out there is I'll go up to Idaho Falls and load out a Fraser and come back. Usually it comes back to like Kansas City, Chicago. I mean, it some of it, you know, only pays, you know, like $2.30 a mile, but look at where it takes you. Yeah, but actually mine is done in the 70s. Yeah. You know all that wind we had between Thursday last week? I got 5.4 miles a gallon now. Yeah, but that's good for this truck.
You gotta pay yourself 50 cents still.
Yeah, maybe. I appreciate it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get all this polish off before I lose my light. Alright guys, let's see here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. So, no, we can't do that. If I go full fenders, I won't. If I go that route, something I can fix, you know, with just a little bit of work and stuff like that. What I want to do is I want to do fiberglass fenders. Go through Badass Custom Fenders and get them fenders, because they say that those fenders can handle the blast of a tire blowout. So if they can handle the blast of a tire blowout, really honestly, you know, what do you say, you know? Give them a try, raise my fifth wheel, get them paint matched to the truck, you know? May look good, it may not. You know, get them painted black so they match the front fenders for now. You know what I mean? I thought about painting my dang tanks. Alright, let me put this polish and stuff up real quick. I'll be back. Alright, we back. Yeah, so, you know, you figure fiberglass fenders, all that, and you know, that way, you know, Badass Custom Fenders, they build fenders that can withstand a tire blowout. Plus, they have a video, well, not a video, a picture on their website with a Dodge Ram 3500 dually sitting up on top of a set of their fenders. Now, would I want to put that set of fenders through that? No. But at least I know they can withstand that. Hey, y'all want to see the Peter car? Here's the Peter car that I drove when this truck broke down. This one here's 475 or 470, 12.7. And it's a pretty decent truck. Not too bad. Pretty easy on the eyes. Runs on pretty good. Come on, camera, focus. Focus, camera. And there's the Zach lift that we used to bring my truck back. See, this is why I don't want these plastic fenders, because there's no strength to them. And I'll show you why I say that. Now, Andy, you're going to appreciate the transmission in this truck. You may have drove one of these. Super Tan. Super Tan. Oh man. Andy, your come apart ain't got enough for me now. Or wait, do you got a key? I can't remember in your truck. What? That? That's a slow truck, and that's one of the slow trucks in the fleet. It ain't the slowest, but it's one of the slow ones. Mark's truck is the blue Freightliner in my earlier videos that y'all saw me run with a few. That truck is slow. It'll only run 73. Y'all want to see the cab over? Cab over's Tom's brother's truck. He used to run it here. He used to have it leased on. Dude, the Super 10 is a slow shifting transmission. Like, you can wind this thing all the way at 1800 RPM, and it shifts when it wants to. When you hit that splitter, it'll fall all the way down to 1000 RPM before it shifts if it wants to. Yeah. Not by much, though. This one here will run about 74, 75. It runs on pretty decently once you get it on the highway and get it running. It ain't got no power in the hills because it's wound out, you know, when it's pulling. I mean, it's doing the best it can to pull my. It was doing the best it could to pull my step deck with that load of mulch on it when I broke down. And it was just, you know, 70 mile an hour. We're cruising down the back roads coming back. You know, Dennis got my truck on the back of his truck. And we hit the first hill. It was like, whoa. All the way up. And it was pitiful. It was about like this thing was when I first got it. Oh God. You'll love this cab over. Just let me finish my cigarette. You're gonna love the cab over. See, the 379 sitting beside me. I think this one's a 97. Yeah, it's a 97, manufactured in November of 97. So it's a 98. It's a sold year of it. So it's I didn't know they put Super 10s in these things still up in 98. But I drove that truck. That's a pretty good running truck. Real nice truck. The only thing I don't like about it, this Peterbilt, and I was thinking about trading my truck for it and starting all over with it, is the one thing that stopped me from doing it was it's a single bunk, not a double bunk like I want. See, I want double bunk sleeper trucks and all of that when I start my company, just because you might get a guy that don't know anything about flatbed, step deck, and you got to train them. You know, they might have the experience, you know, to drive the truck, but they ain't got the experience to pull the open deck. So you got to send them out with a guy you trust to train them right the first time. Which will probably be me. I will probably train all the guys. I ate sugar dumpling. So, alright, y'all ready to go see this cab over? Who's ready to see this cab over? looking at my step deck, wishing I was pulling it. But, be alright. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Gotta remember where the dang thing's sitting at. Mike don't drive it no more. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, here's Mike's truck. He runs on a daily now. He's home every night. There's the old cab over that Mike owns. No, I want double bunks. But here's Mike's old cab over. I think this one's got a 400 big cam in it. It's got a 13 speed in it. He's still got to put the fuel tank on. Well, it's just not practical to run. Been trying to get Dennis to sell me this one. Been trying to get my brother to sell me this one. It's not a bad old truck. It just has got that dang old auto shift in it. Been trying to get him to sell it, so I can put it on the road, fix it, and get it on the road. But my brother wants way too much money for it. What'd he tell me? I called and asked about it. Called him and asked him if he'd sell it to me one time. And what'd he tell me he wanted for that? To sell it. Said $18,000, I think it was, he wanted for that thing, where it was 15, something like that. The way it was to sell it. And I told him he was freaking crazy. Don't worry, Charlie. I wouldn't put you in the auto ship unless I had to. But we could make a plan. Alright, there it goes. We could make a plan to buy it from him. Have you run it. Be wide open. Take the headache rack off of it. I'll buy you a 53-foot step for it and send you on your way. Just bring you through Omaha once a week, so you can turn paperwork in and I can get paid and you can get paid. Yeah. But, you know, that's the thing about the McAvoys. They got money. They just don't like spending it. You got Spiker back there showing off his LEDs. Well, his non-LED lights. He doesn't like LED lights. He says they too bright. And I gotta replace a bunch of my lights. So, going across. It needs a shift module for the transmission. Needs a yoke in one of the rear ends. Needs a bunch of work. It needs new shocks. It needs a lot of stuff. New drives. So it would be one of them things. If I bought it, I'm gonna end up, dumping another 10 grand into it at least to get it on the road. Maybe the drives would last a little bit until I could afford to put some drives on it. But just to get it back on the road, you're looking at $5,000 or $6,000, and 15,000, $6,000. I'd have 21,000 in just the truck alone, and then buying a trailer. So you're talking, I would have $50,000 into, just buying a $30,000 trailer, $50,000 into it. So that'd be one of them things. If I did, so if I bought it, I would probably, work on it over the course of a couple months, do everything I can myself. I've tried to get my brother to work on it himself and do all of the work, and he won't do it, so that's where it sits. I've been trying to convince him to sell it, because like me, a guy like me that can do all the mechanical work except for major engine work, I could get that truck back on the road, take it up to Freightliner and have them put the shift module in it, and then bring it back down here, run it for a few months, get it to make the money, delete the EGR on it, do the same setup as my truck's got, keep the factory turbo, and turn it up to 600 horse and let her eat. Nah, I'd probably leave it alone. Leave it at 515, dyno it, make sure it's all good, and then send it down the road. It's got 800,000 on the motor without a rebuild. And I've got another motor sitting here that I would rebuild just as a spare for the two trucks, because, two 14-liter Detroits, So, and then, while, let's say, this one breaks down, got that one still running up and down the road making a paycheck. So I ain't sweating. Well, it just needs a yoke, because it's like the bearing in it. I'm guessing it's got like a bearing in there, like a race or something, where it sits there, and right now you can take it and do this number. and that's not good. But, you know, even if you got to rebuild the whole rear end, I mean, it's not hard to do. You could do it yourself. You just got to have a torque wrench, an impact, and some time. So, yeah, I ordered 2 dinners tonight, so I'm eating same thing I ate tonight for dinner tomorrow night. Roast beef, fried okra, and mashed taters and gravy tomorrow night. But, you know, my brother, he wants everything done for him, and he doesn't want to do it himself, so he's just, you know, that way, you know, and I don't want to talk bad about my brother, but, you know, I mean, there's only so much you can do as far as say about somebody before their character really comes out, you know. Sorry, I was making sure my cooler's still working. So, anyways, I have been looking for trucks, but right now my main priority is getting my maintenance account paid down over here, and then once I get the maintenance account paid down over here, then we're gonna and paid off and start putting money in the maintenance account. Then I'm going to start stacking as much money as I can, and then go out and hopefully used truck prices come down and go put a down payment maybe on a couple used trucks, you know. Go get a couple used trucks as a package deal for, you know, maybe 2 of them for, you know, 60,000-70,000. Yeah, exactly. So, but we'll get it figured out. You know, for me anyways, on my side of things, I'm gonna buy a couple more trucks, but that's the biggest concern for me is, you know, buying a couple more trucks and then trying to find drivers for them. You know, that's the biggest thing is, you know, I can't drive 3 trucks and pull 3 trailers at one time, you know, so it'll be one of them things for right now that I got to take trash out in the morning when I get ready to go. But yeah, that's just it. You know, you gotta find the freight for them, and once you get the freight, you got to lock it down and everything to keep your trucks moving. Right now, I have enough freight here that at the company I'm with that I could keep a couple of my trucks moving pretty easy. But maybe have my 2 trucks running irrigation out of Lindsay out to like Idaho and Oregon, loading them back and coming back, and or loading them up out of Missouri Valley over here and running them that way. That's, and then you got to deal with dispatching them, and doing taxes on the drivers, payroll for the drivers, and billing the loads and all of that. So I'm gonna have Tom, my boss, teach me how to do all of that, so that way I can learn all of that. Yep. And so, what I want is I want all my trucks running step decks. I've had really good luck with step decks, and me personally, a step deck is more versatile than a flatbed because I've run them both. And like where if there's let's say for instance you're in a certain area and the only load that pops up is for a step deck, no brainer, take the step deck load for the truck. Yeah, it may not pay good, but where it's going may be a decent area to where I can get you loaded back out. I don't like hauling general freight anymore. I'll do it, but like irrigation, to me, it's not, hauling irrigation is not general freight. So, like hauling irrigation, okay, not general freight in my opinion, because of it's one of them loads, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose it going down the road. Just like any load. But irrigation, you have to strap it right the first time. It's not strap it half-ass, go down the road 20 miles and realize, oh crap, I screwed up, because by the time you realize it, that irrigation load's coming off the trailer. Because you're going to have to get it reworked. You're going to have to get it redone. You're going to have to go back and get it unloaded and reloaded. So, the same way with them trailers that I've been moving. And I'm not putting out my rates that I get for that stuff. Okay? Just out of pure spite, I don't want somebody coming in and then trying to take it out from under me. That's the way I do business there. With my trailers that I haul out of Missouri Valley, out of Winnemucca, Nevada, Livonia, Georgia, Montrose, Virginia, Coldberg, Oregon, Bahia, Texas. Those are 6 locations. If I have a truck in the area, they're going there. Yep, exactly. And so, like, okay, so, like out of Oklahoma City, I can get step deck freight all day long out of Oklahoma City. Go back out to the northwest. Load you back to Oklahoma. Send you over to Oklahoma City. Go right back out. If you live in that area. I can find equipment loads all day long. Even just running on the broker board. I can find loads for a flatbed that I can call the broker and go, hey, I got a step deck. You want to load it on my truck? Yeah. Well, you got to pay step deck rate. Well, what's the step deck rate? Well, you got to pay this per mile. Well, who you working for? This is my MC. All right. Yeah. I'll pay you that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a 53-foot step. I was out in Ohio. No, I was in Indianapolis. Delivered a load of jacuzzis out there. I deadheaded 120 miles to go help this broker out one time. I called him on a load. I wasn't too keen on it because of what the rate he had it at. I said, all right, well, I was just curious about it. I ain't never been out that way. Well, you gotta have to move it. Well, this is what I got it at. I got it at 5,700. I said, yeah, but that's 2,000 miles. He goes, yeah. I said, well, I got a 53-foot step. For that, I can't move it. You can find a flatbed to do that all day long. And he goes, what do you mean? And I went, flatbeds can haul it cheaper than I can. Because a step deck's a specialty trailer, and if I ain't going to find a step deck load and I'm going to haul a flatbed load for cheap, there's something wrong with me. And he goes, well, okay. I said, it's this or I'm not doing it at all. And he goes, well, I can't even come anywhere close to it. I said, all right, well, you have a good day. I called the boss and I was talking to him about it. He said, why didn't you book the load? And I went, well, just, I can't self-dispatch myself. That's y'all's policy. And he said, well, he's like, call him back, see what you can get him up to. And I went, okay. And I called him back. I said, you willing to negotiate now? He goes, well, it sounds like you want the load. And I went, well, I'll do the load, but you got to pay my rate. He goes, okay, well, what's your rate? And I went, this is the bottom dollar. This is how many miles it is. This is what I'll do it for. And he goes, well, to be honest, he's like, the guy that I had doing it was just fell off. He actually ain't gonna show up for the one load that I was gonna have done today. He's like, so this load has to ship today. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $7,700, and that's everything I've got in on the load. And can you come get it now? And I went, yeah, I can do that. I made $13,000 that week. Over $13,000 that week. And just gross revenue to the truck after expenses and everything, I still cleared. I think it was $5,000 or $6,000, but it was a pretty good week. Yeah, why the grocery shelves are still empty? Sorry, I wasn't ignoring you. I don't know, man. I pull step deck and flatbed. I can't pull a reefer. I have no experience with pulling a reefer or dry van. Not saying I'm ignorant to it. One of our other trucks is pulling in right now. Hold on. Oh, it's our company driver. The Wayne Lone company driver we got. He's got a pretty nice truck for what it is. '98 Freightliner Classic, able body sleeper, 5 1/4 N14 red top Cummins, 13 speed. Pretty nice truck. That was one of the trucks I had the option of getting when I came over here buying it from them. But no, grocery shelves not being full, I ain't got no control over that. I can control the building and home building materials, stuff like that. You know, try and help out as much as I can with that. But I don't. I'm a flatbedder and a step deck guy. I just bought a step deck. You know, I'm waiting on it to get done and fixed, and I'm rebuilding it pretty much. That's all I can say. Yeah, reefer and the and the market right now is flooded. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. Dry van. I mean, you see more dry vans and reefers than you do flatbeds and step decks. Like, just sit there and watch and count how many dry vans and reefers go down the road to every flatbed. But I'm gonna jump off here, Charlie. Hey, I'll holler at you later, bro. Y'all be good.